Hello, this is Carl Hessian with XPM, here to explain Atlassian Confluence conceptually and give a brief walkthrough of the user interface. The overall idea of Confluence is that it is a documentation and collaboration tool. It is great for knowledge sharing and has many integrations with Jira. It is not necessarily meant to take the place of document creation tools your company is already using. Rather, think of Confluence as another layer on what your company is using to better organize and share the information that is out there. Here are a few visuals. Before Confluence, people in organizations would often store a certain type of information in one place while putting other information elsewhere. To find something in a company's knowledge base of best practices, archive of useful images, or training manuals could become a complex, high-context process. Confluence houses many types of documentation information in one place that everybody with permissions can access. That way, the charts, the manuals, policies, images, and meeting notes can be on one platform. Regarding how that information is organized on the Confluence platform, Confluence is made up of pages that live in spaces. Your organization might have a space in Confluence for each department to keep the pages important to each department separate from each other for the sake of clarity. But however many spaces and pages you need to check in Confluence, the important idea at this moment is that a space on Confluence is the overall container for the information, and pages are parts of a space that house information on specific topics. A name for a Confluence space could be hardware or human resources, and documents within those spaces could be inventory and ordering procedures and onboarding documents. Now that we have reviewed the idea of what Confluence is, let's take a brief tour of the user interface. On the top left, we have the waffle button, which lets us switch between different Atlassian products we have access to. The Confluence and Home buttons both take us to the default landing page where we can review our recent work. On the Recent button, we can see items that we have looked at recently worked on, items that we have created, starred, and drafts that we have. We can also view all using the button at the bottom. The Spaces button is where we go to look at spaces we have starred as favorites, view all spaces to which we have access, and also to create a new space. The People button is where we can invite new people to the website, create a team, search for people in teams, and access the new feature of automation for Confluence and automation for Jira. The Apps button is where you go to add third-party apps to your Confluence website. You can find them on the Atlassian Marketplace, manage them here, and view their audit logs, and then view app requests if regular end users want an app to be installed. They can put in a request, and then whoever has the power and permission to approve apps would do that here. Templates are where you can preview the different template designs for making pages in Confluence. Cloud has 128 of them. So after previewing a few of them, you can star the ones that you like. And then after you star them, there's a filter that appears at the top just for starred templates. And so clicking on that filter then removes everything else. You can only see the ones that you have put a star on. And then taking the star off removes it. And then the Create button is where you go to create a new space. To make a new page that is it's a plus button on the space itself. So here is where you go to make a space, and then on that space is where you go to make a new page for that space. The search bar is where you go to search for those documents, images. You can do a basic search up here. It gives you recently viewed items and then also recent spaces, and you can do an advanced search here. The bell is for viewing your notifications. The question mark is for finding the help that you need, linking to Atlassian articles, documentation, and the keyboard shortcuts. Finally, the settings cog for all the settings, and then the profile button is where you go for your profile settings. Speaking of notifications and profile settings, the spaces and pages within Confluence can generate numerous emails and notifications by default. So in the final part of this video, we'll be learning how to quiet some of that noise. Regardless of your permission level, you will be able to click on your profile on the top right of this screen. And on the settings menu, then when the screen reloads on the left side, if you click on email, uh, you can then see all the different email settings, and being able to click on that gray edit button then opens all of these up for you to check and uncheck anything that you need, or uncheck anything that you do not need. So that concludes this introductory training video for Atlassian Confluence. I hope this was helpful and that you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.